Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and join me in working once more in my travel journal. This is the ring-bound journal that I've been working on. I haven't done anything in it for probably 2 or 3 weeks because last time I worked in it I think I was a week ahead of myself, so now I'm practically caught up because I lost a week, as you probably know. So I just thought I'd remind you of the last page I made that we did together, and because I think I didn't leave it completely finished. I think I did a few more things after I turned the camera off, so I'll just show you where we are with this one and then we'll move on to the new one. So this was the probably going to be the first page in the book just because it's got her on it and I love her, and so I really can't remember how far I got. I know I got more or less this done. Whether I got all the lace on I'm not sure. And then so that opens up and then there's just a little journal card inside, and that's all I've done in this one. So it's just more of a decorative piece really. There's not a lot of journaling space in there, but I just like that one. And then on the other side I'm pretty sure there was I definitely hadn't got this side finished, so you probably don't even remember it either. So I just thought I'd show you this one. So this has got the suitcase covered in all sorts of tickets and stamps and stickers and things, and the little boy standing by it. It's nearly as big as he is, but oh well, we can't have everything. Can't have everything in proportion. But it really works really well as a pocket. I did cut off the little handle here just because it was a bit flimsy and I didn't think it needed it. I added this piece of lace along the side and this piece of ephemera that was a cut out of the paper pad. I'm not entirely sure what it's meant to be. It's sort of a decorative, scrolly thing to go on the side of a book probably, but I just thought it looked quite nice here, and I did a bit of, what's it called? Oh, it's the shiny, I can never remember what it's called when I need to know. The stuff you stick on and it goes shiny. It works as a glue. It'll come back to me at some point. So I just put a little bit there to give that little bit of pop. This little bit of fabric here and some lace, and then these couple of journal cards. So I've got that one with a little bit of I think some seam binding on the top, and then this one which I collaged here and sewed around, and that's that piece there. That's one of the cut-off pieces when I was making the pages. So that's a big journaling card, a small journaling card. So we've got a bit of journaling space on this one. Yeah, so I was really pleased how it turned out, but I really struggled with it when I was doing it. But I think it turned out all right. So that's that one. So the new one, because I haven't done any for a couple of weeks, I've had a bit of time to think about what I want to do. And so I'm going to use one of these collaged pages that I did to thicken up because the scrapbook paper I was using wasn't very thick, so I collaged it on both sides, and then I'm just sort of working on top of that, using that as the background. So I've already, collaged in again over the top on the other side so that it's ready to be sewn when I've done this side. Because if you remember last time I collaged both sides ready so I could just start working on it straight away. So I've just done that. But this one I haven't, because I want to add some things to it first. So my idea for this one, so this is going to be, the holes will be here, so I want this one to have an envelope here, like this. So what I thought I could do, if I stick that first, then collage over it, so that it just pops out the side, and then I want another envelope here, like that, that is going to flip down, like that. So I'll have to do a bit of something over the top of that as well afterwards. So I don't know quite how it's going to work out, but I think what I want to do is I'll get that stuck on like that, collage over it, then I'll sew around it, and then we'll add the next bit. I don't know how long this is going to take. This could be a bit of an epic video because I really don't know how long it's going to take me to do all this. So bear with, get yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea, and settle in. This could be a long one. Right, so let's get started. Oh no, before I start I wanted to show you something else. Sorry. I had a little package of ephemera that I ordered from an Etsy shop, just a little tiny package, just to have a few bits because I haven't got many vintage bits myself. And it was all came wrapped in this gorgeous tissue paper, which is like, looks like a vintage map paper, which I thought, well, that was a win, unexpected, because that was just used to wrap around it. But isn't that pretty? And it's just perfect for this project. So I've actually already used some here on this to do collage here. So I'll probably use some on the other side as well. So I was very happy to see that. Oh, that was a bit of an unexpected extra. And there was a little piece in there as in the package. There was a few book pages and little tea cards and bits and pieces. But they did have this little card in it, which looks like a sailing piece of ephemera. So I might be able to use that. So I'll put that in my little pot of tiny pieces that I can use in this. I don't know how many of them I actually get to use. And the other thing I've done, I was browsing on Tina's Etsy shop from Shabbydabbydoodah, just, you know, randomly. I wasn't particularly looking for anything. And I came across this digital kit, which is called Maiden Voyage. And I thought, well, those colours look rather suitable and they look like they might go. So I'll just quickly flip through. So, yeah, there's all this map page and lots of sailing ships and bits and pieces, collagey bits. And I thought that would work. So I've already used a bit of it. Again, I'll show you. I used a bit of it on here already up in this corner. And then I've overlaid it with a bit from the other kit. So you can see they work quite well together, I think. The colours work well. The blues, the different shades of blue, they all seem to go together. So I thought that would really enhance what I've got, because I've used quite a lot of the papers from the other kit now. So I thought it'd be quite handy. So this would be quite good for a journaling card, because I could back it with this. And this is rather interesting. There's quite a lot of this dark blue, so I don't know how much of that I'll actually use, but who knows. And I like this one. This is quite a nice one. And then there's some more of this. And then there's some, oh, upside down, ephemera pieces. So we've got this one, and it looks like you can make another little booklet if I felt so inclined. There's a makings of a little booklet here, which might be quite fun. We'll see. And lots of little pieces and bingo cards. I'm not sure about the bingo cards. I've never really got the bingo card thing. I know that's very popular and lots of people use them, but I'm afraid I don't really get it. I don't get the connection to what we do with bingo cards. Sorry, I just don't. But you never know, I might use one. There's some nice little pieces here, some little tickets. These are nice. These will make good journal cards. So I don't know how much of this I'll use, but I really like it and I'd like to use some of it, that's for sure. I like the ships, the sailing ships. There's quite a lot of ships in the other kit that I've been using, so the sailing thing really goes through, and I think this works really well, and I really like these pieces. And there's some tags here and some other bits and pieces, and more stamps and more journal cards, possible journal cards, tag. So that was rather a nice little find, and so I quickly thought, well, I'll buy that, and that will go. Oh, these are just a couple of pages that went a bit purple because my ink cartridge was running out. That's why I haven't brought it out. So that's this kit. So I'm going to use that. I'm certainly going to use that with the page I'm working on today, just because it'd be quite nice to work with something a bit different. And I'll use them to collage the envelopes, I think. But also I'm going to mix in the other kit as well. I've got all my other bits and pieces here, all my scraps in here. I've got some bits of vellum, because if you remember I made the vellum pocket ephemera holder, which I think I'm going to put into one of these envelopes. I think that will go quite well. So I should probably use some of this too. So I better get started, otherwise this video will just run away with me. So here we go, this one. So I think the first thing I need to do is glue in, make sure I've got it around the right way. This is the outside. Is it the outside? Yes, that's the outside. This is the open side, because Tina said it's good to have the open side as your side with the holes. So when it's sewn around, it'll all be sewn together. That I'm not worried about the fact that it's a bit open there. I shall go round the whole thing very shortly. So I'm just going to put that, I think I'm going to put it in the middle there, and then I'm going to put the other one inside that. It's quite a big one, but I think hopefully it will look quite effective when it's done. Who knows? I think I'm going to use the art glitter glue, just because I think it would hold well. And it's been working well for me lately. Now I'm using the Gale method of topping, or putting the topper in, a topper inside the topper. Okay. All right. I think I might just do it this way. I want to do it right to the edge and smooth it down. Okay, so we have that. Now what I need to do is do my bit of collaging. So I think I want to use a bit of this. I'm going to tear it around. Okay, let's see how it. So I'm going to cut that along there because it's the edge. I'm just going to cut that where the fold line is. Then I'll be fairly confident it's straight then. I'll just put that there. I'm not going to stick anything down quite yet. This may be more. I might want to cover up a bit more of that. Alright, so let's have a look through Tina's kit to see what I can use. Quite like this bit here. And of course I've got this bit. I'm not sure I'm going to put the lady on because I've got the other lady and I'm not sure they quite go together. Right, let's get my tear ruler. Oh. I'm going to tear it down there for now, and then I might just tear it across here. Just trying things out, see how they look. And then I might put some of this. No, I don't want to make it too mappy. Sorry, it's moving away and I can't seem to get that to come off of there. So I need something down there. Let's have a look on another page. Where's the multiple page? There's lots of different bits and pieces on it. Maybe I should do something a bit more, should I say a bit quieter. No, I don't want quite so many flowers. Or not so many big flowers. What about this piece? That might be. I'll just cut off the white where it hasn't quite printed properly. Most of my printing is quite good at doing borderless. I think sometimes when it goes into the machine it slightly shifts and I end up with a tiny little sliver of white, which is a bit unhelpful. Okay, let's just try with me. Let's try doing this piece here. I'm going to try not to get in too much of a pickle with all my papers and keep a fairly clear space if I can, just get a little bit out of hand. I quite like that down there. And then maybe that there. And this piece over the top, just to quieten down the white a bit. I think I've got a bit too much of this actually. I'm going to just tear a bit of this off. And a bit off here as well. That's better, I think. Okay, I think I might go with that. I want to ink this one up a bit. It's very white. In fact, I might just tear off a bit more of this. Okay. Let's just ink it a bit and try and just vintage up the white a bit. Want it all toning in a bit more. I just need to do a little bit around the edge of this one as well. I'm not sure if I need to cut that off a bit. Let's just check. I think I need to cut off a sliver. Just a tiny sliver at the bottom. Fit now? Yeah, I think that's about right. Right. Don't know if any of this side will show, but I'll just ink it up just in case. And I will ink this as well. Now I'm wondering, actually, just wondering whether I really could do with putting a little bit on the inside of the pocket. No, I think what I'm going to do with the pocket, I might use the other kit to do the inside and this kit to do the outside, maybe. I'll see how I feel. I thought I might not do them both the same, but let's get this on first. Okay. Try that. So I think I mentioned in my last video that would have been the bird journal video, that we were about to We were going to go and babysit our granddaughter on Saturday. Well, this is now Sunday, and we did that yesterday, and we had the most fun afternoon. It was just so lovely. It's been a long time since we've babysat her. Really, we haven't done it very often, just for all the circumstances and everything that happened last year. It just hasn't happened. So it was the first time really that we'd just spent some time on our own with her for any length of time, and we were indoors because the weather wasn't great, and because Mum and Dad weren't there, we thought, well, we should be okay to be indoors, because it just wasn't nice enough to be outside really, not for hours and hours. So I was a little bit nervous about it, just because we hadn't done it for a long time, didn't know how she'd react. And when we got there, she was tired and cuddling into her mum and being a little bit clingy. And we thought, oh, well, I thought, we're in trouble here. But Mummy put Frozen 2 on for her, which is her favourite, and I've never seen it, so I was up for it. And she quite happily snuggled down on the sofa with me. It was so nice. Just snuggled into me, and we cuddled there for a little while and watched a bit of Frozen. And then she perked up, decided actually she wanted to play. So we put that on pause and got some of her games and played games with her, and got the Play-Doh out and played the Play-Doh. And yeah, she said to us when we got the Play-Doh out, she said, you can make characters. And Richard and I thought, how does a 3-year-old know a word like characters and pronounce it beautifully? It amazes us sometimes. But then I'm sure all grandparents say the same thing. Every grandchild there ever was is a marvel. So that's the way it is. Yeah, so we had a lovely time, and Mum and Dad ended up being a bit later back than they thought. So I made her some tea, made her some toast. And she gobbled it all up, good as gold. Sat at her little table and watched more Frozen while she ate. And I don't think we've very often seen her eat as well as that. She's not the best eater in the world, and she's quite a small child. Doesn't have the biggest appetite, but she sat really nicely and ate her toast and then asked for more. I was astonished. So, yeah, so we had a really lovely time. In fact, when we went to try to go, she wouldn't let us go. She didn't want us to go. She had one of those little snap bracelets that starts straight and then you snap it onto your wrist. A lot of kids have those sort of things, and she had one of those. So she snapped it onto my ankle and said, you can't leave, you're trapped. You're trapped, Nana. And so we kind of carried on getting ourselves ready to go. So she barricaded the door and stood in front of the door so we couldn't get out. It was quite funny. It was quite nice that she didn't want us to go. Thought she was going to be like that when her mum and dad went, but that doesn't seem to be a problem. But yeah, so it was lovely. Gives you a lovely warm glow when you come away and you've had a really, really lovely time, and she's been so good. You just come away with a big smile on your face. I'm thinking that was a good afternoon. Now, is that the piece I was using? Can't remember. I think it is. Yeah, I think so. Now I'm going to put the glue on the background for this one, because otherwise the tissue will just tear. Okay. Don't know if I brought it down far enough. Can always do a little bit on the edges afterwards. There we are. Oop. Sadly, we're still not really allowed to be in the same, indoors with our families. I think, there are exceptions when you're doing childcare, which is why we were okay and parents weren't there. But when they came back, we had to kind of leave quite quickly afterwards, really. Alyssa permitting, obviously, but we couldn't really linger. They said, do you want to stay for dinner? But we said, well, no, we better not. It's only 2 more weeks. In 2 weeks' time, or less than 2 weeks' time now, we'll be able to be inside. 6 people, I think, would be allowed to be able to meet inside and have a meal and things. So we're having the whole family over. But that's not yet the case, so reluctantly we took our leave and kept our distance. And it just felt, you know, so weird that we're not allowed to do that, but that's the way it is, the way it's had to be. Right, let's see if I've got all the edges down. I think it's still a little bit up there. Yeah, I do. This is really pretty. This Maiden. Did I tell you that? Maiden Voyage. It's called. I think I said it, but I can't remember for sure. Oh well, I expect it'll be all right because I'm going to be putting the other envelope on top of that anyway. So I think what I need to do now is that going to close. Ooh, is that a bit too close? May have to just trim off the this bit of the envelope. I may have got it a little bit close. And the same on the other side. I think it's just catching. I just cut it a little bit too close, but I don't think it will be a problem, hopefully. Let's just fold it down. I wanted it near. I don't really want it to stick out the side, that's the thing. So I'll just give it a nice sharp crease like that. And there we have, so the holes will go here. Right, so I've got to, now I need to sew it before I do any more. So I'll stop the camera and come back when I've done it. Can't do it on camera because I've got to change the thread because it's got the wrong colour in it. I need to do it in brown. So I'll be right back and I'll do my holes as well, and then we'll know where we are, and we'll carry on making these flippy flappy doos. Okay, be back in a minute. Right, I'm back. So I have sewn all around the page, and I think it looks okay. And I have just gone ahead and lined the inside of the envelope just because I knew if I tried to do it on camera it would all go horribly wrong. So I thought I'd just do that bit before I came back. And I've also cut out a couple of the pieces to go on here. I'm not quite sure which way around I'm going to put them at the moment. But I thought the inside of the envelope would look better with the contrasting kit. That's what I thought might look possibly a bit better, just to give a bit of contrast, a little bit lighter. So I don't know whether to put that on top or this piece on top. I haven't quite decided. This is all meant to be a single piece. I messed up and cut this too short. I was just going to do a single piece, make life nice and easy for myself. And after I cut it, I realised I'd miscalculated and cut it way too short. So I'm having to do it sort of more as a collage rather than as a... I think I'll do it that way rather than a single piece, which is... And that was off camera. Can you imagine how even more wrong it might have gone if I'd been doing that on camera. So there we go. It's just the way it happens in this craft room sometimes. Some things go well and other things just go... Yeah, they just challenge me. You know, just to find how I can sort of get myself out of my mistakes. So if I put that on first. So all I did to get this to the shape is pop the pieces inside and draw around it, right, so that it would, because I want to use this envelope to put something in it, so I don't want to cover up this area, which is why I've lined it. I don't want to cut it at the side or at the top. I want to actually use the envelope as an envelope for this one. I might do something different with the little one. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. one thing at a time, I think. One thing at a time. There. This bit might be ready to be thrown away. Right. Sure that's straight down that side. That's not too bad. Where's my little card? Too much glue. Right, it's got a little bit of a blank space there. So I might just do a bit of inking around just to disguise any areas that haven't quite been stuck to in the correct place, like here. If I ink it along here, it might just disguise that bit a little bit. Not completely, but that's still not quite stuck down. I know. We'll use a bit of this. Use the big guns. It's going to not behave. And there. And a little bit on here. And around the sides. Have I lost? It's alright, only got to my lap. And just this piece here. Now, I'm not sure about, I'm thinking it might end up being a bit too bulky, but I do wonder about putting a little pocket or something on here. But I think I'll see how bulky it ends up once I've got everything else on. So I've got that done. Now I need to collage the front. And I'm going to use this kit again. Let's just move this out of the way. So I want to use the Maiden Voyage kit again. I'm wondering about this piece, or let's see what else I've got. So there's this sort of multicoloured, collaged piece, I suppose. I might just tear that down and see how it looks. Certainly want to do a single piece. I'm trying not to collage on everything. But then this looks collaged anyway, doesn't it? But it might look too busy. So I'll have to see how it looks. And of course it wasn't very straight. I'm not good at straight tearing for some reason. I might have to do a bit of something along the edge. I've got some washi tape, maybe that would give me that finish that I need. I wonder. What else have I got? that's not going to go on there. Just trying different options at the moment. I'm wondering if this might look quite good on there actually. Try to see if I can actually tear it straight this time. Make a bit more effort. I'll do it there, and then if I have to trim it off a bit, I'll do it with my cutter. If I make it too wide. Right, let's go for a flat surface. Try and put this straight. I think that might actually work quite well on there. Right. Are we straight? I hope so. Right. I know that I definitely don't want the blue. Just tear that off for a minute. I'm going to see where I need to tear it at the top. Let's have a look. I've got the brown and the brown. No contrast, is there? No, I'm not so keen on that now. Oh dear. Let's see what else I've got. I may go back to the piece that I've already cut. If it's the only option, and just try and because actually with the brown behind there, I think it needs some sort of contrast here. Alright, I'm going to, because the bottom isn't straight either, I'm going to tear it across there and do a very small amount of collage. Put that there. Now I've got no. I might need a little bit of writing or something. Let go. I'll put that there. I'm not keen on this, too many just bits across the bottom just to patch it up. Not happy about that at all. So I'm going to do something slightly different, I think. Don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to pop that there. I did not want to do collaging here, but my dodgy tearing has kind of forced me to do something. And nope, that doesn't reach. So I could put this across, maybe I'll put that across the bottom. Like that. Yeah. Get in there slowly. I like the ship. And the scroll, I like the scroll. And I might be able to put something here, stamp something or something like that. And so I just need to put something in that corner there. Maybe a bit of the dark blue would go there, actually. Try it, shall I? Yes, I think you should. Just to give a bit of contrast. So if I put that onto there, and I could put some sort of, I don't know, little something there maybe. Not sure. Maybe that little piece there. Yeah. Yeah, I think perhaps that would work. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think. So the blue goes underneath. Let's get rid of this little tiny slither of white. It is possible that rather than being one long video, this could end up as a two-parter, because I feel like I'm a long way from the end, so I might have to break off and finish it in another video, and that's just this side. Now the other side is going to be a whole different video. And what goes next? That next, and then that, and then that across the bottom. Yep. Sorry, am I whispering? Do beg your pardon. I'm trying to figure it out as I go, but I think that piece is going to go there. So I think this journal is one of those that it could go on and on. You know, it could, because you just do one page at a time and then you add them all together, and I haven't done really that many pages yet, so I have a feeling it's going to be one of those I'll just come back to maybe every couple of weeks from now and do a little bit more, and then in between move on to other things. Don't know what other things, but I think actually this could get a bit tedious if I'm doing this every week, because it could go on and on and on. So I think it's going to be one of those that just pop up now and again when I get the urge. Where's my little card one? When I get the urge to do this journal, when I can think of something interesting to do, I will do one. I need to just do my edge. Yeah. I think that's where it might be best, because otherwise it will feel like it's endless. It probably will anyway. Now I've lost my tear ruler, buried under all my bits of paper. Oh, there it is. There it is. I just want to do this edge. I can. There we are. And give it a little bit of ink. So got various other things that I want to do, so I might just get a bit random for a while with my videos. I will see. I have no idea what I don't know. I haven't got any plan. At the moment, I am still enjoying doing this. So there will be more. But it may not be it may not be every week if I get the urge to do something else. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I can put that there. Let's just double check that it's not going to disappear. Oh no, it probably needs to be a bit higher. There. Yep. Nope. See a little bit of that frame as well. Okay, I think I'm happy with it now. Right. And this one. I think this a little bit as well. Get rid of those white edges. Right. What's sticking? That needs to go, I think. All right. So that's all covered. I think I need to just do a bit of inking along the edge. Make it all blend in. Oh, that's not stuck down very well, is it? I think it's actually might need a little trimming. I think it's a little bit too far over. I might wait till it's dry and then trim it off a little bit. Right, okay, so now that flaps out and that's there. Now let's have a look at our other little envelope. So my idea was that it would sit there. I wanted it to, originally I thought it might just, not be visible at all, but I can't really cut it down or anything. I think it'll be fine if it's just peeking out there actually, being a bit tantalising. And I'll probably put a tab on here, I think, so that to flap it out. I might just put that just inside the sewing so that still shows, because I don't mind that sticking out now. So let's have a look. And then that flaps down. So maybe I would be best to collage it before it goes in here. Collage it or cover it in some way. Now I want it to be a bit of a contrast. It's a shame because I quite like all this, but can't keep everything on view, I guess. So it's going to be like that. Would that work? And maybe that piece. I'll just try it and see how it looks. I'll mark it and See if I can tear it straight. If I put the paper, that's what I should do, is what other people do, and use the grid on my mat to make sure I'm straight. That would probably be a rather good idea. Hang on, just check I've got 2 marks there, I'm not sure which is the right one. It's that one. That one. Okay, I think that's about right. Hopefully. Maybe, just thinking now, maybe it might be quite interesting to have her peeking out from underneath. I wonder. Let's have a look. She's quite pretty. I don't want her on sort of too evident, but maybe just hiding under there. She might look quite. Yeah, perhaps I'll quite like to do that. I think, after all, changing my mind every moment. Let's just mark it there. And nope, not that one. Straight one. I think I need to cut it down, obviously. Again. I might just, sorry, thought I'd take a little bit off the top and then I can show a little bit more of this bit here, the bingo card. It's not too much bingo card, but if I only show an edge, it would look a bit odd. And then she's a bit more central. And there, I think. Let's do this and just try and stay on the straight and narrow. Right. So I think I quite like that. I can always put a little something extra there. So I will ink it and stick it. Okay. I'm going to use art glitter glue, I think, for this. Sometimes I feel like the, I don't know, it gives you a little bit of a moment to make sure it's in the right place. I could be wrong. I don't know whether I'll line this one, this pocket, this envelope, because it's a craft colour, so it might blend in a bit better. Perhaps I'll put a little bit of washi tape on the inside or something, just a bit of interest. Right, put that there. Are we straight-ish? Alright, yep, that's right. So she flaps down like that. Now I'll have to cover the flap, but I'm thinking I might put a pocket there, something like that. Or I might just do a little bit of collaging and then put something over the top, because I'd quite like to use some of that vellum that I printed for the ephemera pocket. Right, so I just need to do a bit of something here, and I'm wondering whether to go back to the other kit again to kind of tone in with this. It needs to be there, and then flaps down there. Alright, okay, I'm going to do that. Or I could do that. How would that look? It's not white enough. Okay. Not sure. No, not that one. Let's see what I've got. I've got anything I haven't used. Oh, maybe that piece. Right. Times are marching on. The camera's just turned itself off again after another half hour, so I must have done pretty much an hour on this, so I'll just get this pocket covered and then come back in a second video, I think. I could be here all day. So I'm going to cut that there. Whoops, pencil I mean. Mark that there. Whoever marked it? Oh, I see it. I can never see my marks when I go back to tearing it. Oops. Right, so what I'm going to do, what I did before, pop it inside. If it'll go. Oh, is it? Perhaps it's not. It's not going to go in, is it? Should do. Doesn't look too wide. Let's just stretch the pocket a little bit, see if I can get this in, because then I can draw around that the bit at the top. Okay, am I going to have to guess? That's not good. And that's where it goes down that side, and that's where it goes down that side. Down to about, nope. To about there. This is a bit Heath Robinson, this. It's not very accurate. What I might be able to do is cover it a little bit with some washi. I've got some Tim Holtz washi here, which is matte washi, and maybe I'll just cover the edge with that if I completely mess it up. Let's have a look. Well, that's not too bad really. Not too bad at all. Alright, let's just see if they're going to fit. I don't think I'm going to fiddle with that anymore, I'm just going to stick it on. Okay, I will use my glue stick this time. No rhyme or reason why I move from one to the other, it's just how I feel at that moment, I think. Oh, glue on the flap. Right, let's get this on. Not too bad. So it goes like that, and then it flaps down like that, and that's just a little bit, just needs a little trim. And on this side. Okay, make sure I can't see any white edges. And then, I think, where do I go? That's it. I think this might be ready to stick onto my page. Now I was going to do it just inside the stitching. And that goes like that, and that goes like that, and actually I quite like that. Okay, let's do it. Let's stick it down, and then I'll think about what's going to go. I'm going to cover the flap. I was thinking a little pocket or something as well might go on there, and possibly a little pocket on the inside of the big envelope. I'm not sure, depending on the bulk. But there's less of a concern with this type of journal, how much bulk you have, because it's on the ring and then it just expands to how you want it. So I might just pop that there like that. I think it's straight. Let's just check. Yeah, I don't think this envelope is completely straight, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So then we can come back and put something here, I think. So I think that will do for today. And I think I will need to do a part 2 which will follow probably in a couple of days. I shan't post them back to back. I'll give it a couple of days and then I'll post the second part. Won't leave it a whole week. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me, and please do join me for part 2. Bye for now.